Sometimes mentors have to manage really difficult situations and the difficult emotions and behaviours associated with these. So what can we do before, during and after challenging situations? In your role as a mentor, you may come across many challenging situations, and it is important to be prepared and understand what you can do to make challenging situations less difficult. We call what you can do before a challenging situation risk management. Preparation here is key. So there are some things that you can do before a situation arises. Complete all required training. Equip yourself with additional knowledge. This can be from online resources on iMentor, asking your team leader or mentor staff any follow-up questions. Clearly understand your role as a mentor and determine how well you feel you could deal with difficult situations and seek additional support if needed. It is very important to understand that at all points of dealing with challenging situations, you have the support from your team leader and the mentor's team staff. Please ask us any questions if you have concerns. So if a challenging situation has arisen, so what can you do during the event? We call what you can do during an event the immediate response. Firstly, focus on safety. Rapidly assess and respond to the situation. Use de-escalation techniques, which we will go through a little bit later. Call campus security for assistance if the situation becomes uncontrollable. If something has happened, it is important to think about what we can do afterwards. We call this recovery and review. After an event, the mentor's team will contact you and your team leader if you need any additional support. You can even contact your team leader for any feedback on your encounter. Once the event has occurred, contact the mentor's team to make us aware of what's happened, but make sure you always call security first if the event is serious. De-escalation is a process where there's a reduction in tension and negative energy between all involved in an event. It's not a natural process. It requires awareness, skill, and effort. So let's talk about some de-escalation techniques. Show empathy, not sympathy. Empathy is when we really put ourselves in another's situation and say, I feel how you feel, rather than I know how you feel. It helps to focus on how the other person is feeling. For example, I feel your anger towards having to attend all lectures. Respect personal space. Everyone has their own personal space bubble, so be aware of that. Use non-threatening body language. Maintain your professionalism. Avoid arguments. You are trying to diffuse a situation rather than spark more arguments. Allow time for responses. Allowing time gives the other person to think about how they are acting. In every encounter with a mentee, it is important to consider your role and expectations, safety of yourself and your mentee, your environment, cultural differences, the unique individual mentee situation, and the way you speak with a mentee. So let's go through some common situations. You bump into your mentee and they have forgotten their wallet at home. They ask to borrow $10 in order to catch the train home. They are becoming very agitated and anxious. So here you can firstly reassure your mentee. If the situation occurs during business hours, Monday to Friday, 8:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m., take the student to Campus Wellbeing to receive an emergency student loan. Emergency student loans are up to the value of $50. If the situation occurs outside of business hours, call campus security on 9850-9999 to organise another way for the student to get home. Under no circumstance should you provide money or make purchases for a mentee. Another situation is you have received a friend request from your mentee on Facebook. You bump into them on campus and they ask why you haven't accepted their friend request yet. So So the best thing to do in this situation is to firstly acknowledge that you have received the friend request and thank the mentee for wanting to stay in touch. Secondly, reinstate your role as a mentor and the student. Mention you can only contact each other directly via your student emails. If you wish, you can disclose to the student that you're able to accept the friend request after the Macquarie University Mentors program has finished. Another situation that's quite common when you're leading a campus tour and a student in your group sprains their ankle. Firstly, attend to the student. Check if they're okay. Do not attempt to move them. Let the student know what you're going to do to assist them. And check where the hazard is. If possible, remove it. Let the tour group know your actions and reassure them the tour will continue. If there is another tour running nearby, ask the group to join them. Call campus security. If there is a security help point nearby, use this to contact them. Otherwise, use your mobile to call security's emergency number 9850-999. Next, call the mentors team on 9850-4386 to let them know of the situation. You will be given contact details of all services during orientation. Another situation is when your mentee is an international student and they express that they're struggling to connect with other students in their class, discouraging them to attend class. So really, in this situation, you can express you feel your mentee's feelings and explain that the classroom is only one way to meet and make friends at Macquarie. So ask the mentee if they're interested in any clubs and societies on campus. You can even ask them to come along to anything that you're involved in. If the student is not interested in clubs and societies, share with them some strategies to make friends in class. Help them to ask the right questions: who, what, when, where, why, and how questions. This is a really good chance to reflect on your own experience. It is important to humanize this experience. Make sure you have contact with the mentee following your interaction. Send a follow-up email to see how they're going. I cannot stress enough how important it is to have the main emergency contacts in your mobile phones. So these are campus security. So for anything that's related to emergencies and needs attention straight away, you call 9850-9999. Campus security has another number which is for more general inquiries, so things that don't need immediate attention. So this number is 9850-7112. If you need to contact the mentors team, our number is 9850-4386. And another handy one to have is Campus Wellbeing, and their number is 9850-7497. As a mentor, we are not experts in all fields, and this is why we have boundaries in our role. If you're ever unsure of when you should refer a mentee to a support services, think, is there an expert at the university that can help this student? If yes, then refer the student to the service. You can find a full list of student support services in our iLearn unit.